Your news for the state of Tennessee in about 10 minutes. Tennessee in 10 starts now.
And thanks so much for joining us for Tennessee in 10. I'm Marius Payton. The entire state is preparing for ice and snow this weekend. First Alert meteorologist Stefano DiPietro has been monitoring this all week long. And Stefano, what does the next 24 hours look like for us?
So a lot of big changes for us. I mean, a lot of today will stay pretty quiet. As we go toward the weekend, though, we obviously have that winter storm moving in. Snow, sleet, freezing rain, all on the table. High impact for us with major travel impacts. So let's jump right into Saturday. Very early in the morning, we'll start with snow back in southwest Tennessee, parts of Memphis. And the snow will just expand across the rest of the state of Tennessee going through our Saturday morning. So we are going to start with snow. It's just not going to be ridiculously heavy snow. It's not like we're getting 2-inch-per-hour snowfall rates. No, it will be steady, light snowfall for sure, maybe some heavier pockets in far southern Tennessee, but it's mainly snow for the first part of our Saturday. Later in the day, Saturday into Saturday night, we change over to sleet and freezing rain. For me, this would be the more concerning time for us because this is when we'll start to see some heavier rates of precipitation. So this is where we're going to start to run into much more of an icing problem for us. Then Sunday morning, a lot of the state will change over to actually plain old rainfall. For those of us that live in West Tennessee, though, like Memphis up to Tiptonville, the freezing rain threat will continue. Widespread power outages will be a risk, and higher peaks of the plateau and the Smokies as well will also keep with that freezing rain. Backside of this system will end with some sleet, some snow, and maybe even a little more freezing rain through Sunday. Things will just be much more isolated through Sunday afternoon and evening. How about the snowfall outlook? Much less snow as we head to the south and east, more as we go to the north and west. I still think most of us should fall between about 1, 3, maybe up to 4 inches. Could get a little bit more than 4 inches in far northwest Tennessee and maybe parts of southwest Tennessee as well. It's more of the icing outlook we're concerned about. This is for sleet and freezing rain. It's more of a major threat across a lot of the area. That's going to cause the potential for some power outages, so you need to make sure you have multiple ways to stay alerted. If you do end up losing power, make sure you also have maybe a generator you can use as well, and just stocked up on any essentials that you may need if we're inside for a couple of days, Marius.
All right, good ideas there, Stefano. Thank you. Well, this storm has now triggered a level 3 state of emergency declaration here in Tennessee. Governor Lee signed that executive order last night, and here's what that means. This gives emergency managers and officials more options and resources to respond to issues caused by the snow and ice more quickly.
We're particularly concerned with ice amounts from the freezing rain in southern, middle, and west Tennessee.
Now, ice accumulations could get up to a ½ an inch in some places. That much ice can take out power, so local emergency management departments are working on setting up warming shelters. TDOT has also adjusted their schedules to provide around-the-clock road coverage.
Well, if you've been in one over the past couple of days, you know possibly the busiest stores in Tennessee right now is where you get your groceries. Grocery stores incredibly busy right now as folks stock up to get ready for any items they may need for an extended stay at home with the winter weather rolling in. Essentials flying off the shelves. You may think it's just milk and bread, but really, it's everything going off the shelves at rapid speed right now.
We're pretty much getting shipments every day. Certain days you get dry goods, other days you get the perishable items. So we're always got a truck coming in.
That's Food City store manager Kenny Green. He says they're seeing 3 times their normal business right now. Other folks saying they're just trying to get their hands on what they can.
They buy anything. When it comes to snow, they pretty much get everything that they can get their hands on.
Getting the bread I don't normally get, and getting a lot of other stuff I don't normally get.
Yeah, they say people are also stocking up on pet food right now because their furry friend's going to be stuck inside with them for a while. They have to make sure that they're fed also.
I'm Jerry Askin. We're all familiar with the rush around bread and milk when snow, sleet, and ice come to town. Well, many people are already stocked up ahead of this weekend's winter weather. Take a look here at the video you see. It shows bare shelves inside this Walmart. A viewer sent us this video. It's unclear right now exactly how much winter weather we could see. Now, we do know many of you will be at home cooking up some great meals as the storm hits.
I just know that anything can happen, and with the weather that's predicted and the potential for ice, ice is what causes the most problems. So I'd rather not get out in it, regardless if we lose power or not. So just trying to prepare.
Tenova Healthcare, one of East Tennessee's largest hospital operators, is saying that their 2 hospitals in Knox County are staying open despite any possible winter weather that we may receive. In a statement to WVLT News, they say the hospital remains open and our skilled physicians, nurses, and other employees are equipped to continue caring for patients in the hospital, as well as those who may come to our emergency department. They've secured surplus supplies, including mobile backup generators and fuel to continue services without interruption. Meanwhile, East Tennessee Children's Hospital says they're also remaining open during the winter storm. They say, quote, our urgent care facilities will be open based on each facility and availability to get there. They'll continue to have updated information on their website and social media, keeping you up to date of the latest information on East Tennessee Children's Hospital and their operations during this winter storm.
Now, our power grid will be put to the test this weekend as the energy demand will increase as people try to keep their homes warm. TVA says they start prepping for the winter by conducting maintenance on various equipment, adding 2,000 megawatts over the last 2 years. Now, since 2022, they have invested millions after having to issue rolling blackouts across their network. We asked about the possibility of that happening again.
I would say we can never say never because things happen, but I can say that we have made the investments where we think they were necessary. Lessons learned from Winter Storm Elliott back in 2022 when we did have some equipment that was vulnerable.
TVA expects energy demands to increase next week and could issue a voluntary conservation notice to ensure the power grid is sustainable.
In Tennessee, the Department of Transportation is positioning equipment and supplies near the Interstate 40 and Interstate 55 bridges as winter weather approaches. About 35,000 people cross between Tennessee and Arkansas daily through Memphis. Winter weather can shut down this critical travel hub. TDOT maintains both bridges over the Mississippi River and treats them with salt during winter storms.
We will strategically place some trucks with supplies closer to the bridge for when the event begins, just like we have salt bins strategically placed throughout the West Tennessee area. Will always be the interstate first. That is our goal, is to keep that interstate, at least one lane of that interstate open. If that's what we can do, then that's what we'll have to work on, and we're going to have some patience.
Right now, transportation officials are urging drivers to stay off the roads during winter weather, even though crews will treat them.
And you may hear a lot about salt and brine over the next 24 hours. Both are used to treat roads, but they each serve a very different purpose. Now, salt brine is a liquid mixture of salt and water that TDOT applies before a storm moves in. Salt is used after snow or ice begins to build to treat the problem, spots like bridges, hills, and intersections. Now, this video here is actually all the gallons of salt and brine and the TDOT trucks that will go out there to treat the roads. TDOT says it is fully stocked and ready in all 95 counties. And just a reminder, TDOT is responsible for clearing interstates and state routes. Cities have their own plow routes and plans. Our Brendan Tierney talked to city leaders across the area this week about their snow plow plans. You can find what to expect in your area in Brendan's story in the WSMV4 News app. And don't be alarmed if you start to see more military vehicles on the road this weekend. The Tennessee National Guard will be out helping stranded drivers during the winter storm. They will also help take people to the hospital if needed.
Well, police in McMinn County are on the lookout for someone they say was involved in a stabbing. Athens police say that they're looking for David Cruz right now. He's charged with attempted first-degree murder in connection to this stabbing. The victim was taken to the hospital. Police say Cruz should be considered dangerous. They believe that he's driving a silver Toyota Highlander with North Carolina plates. If you know where he is at, they ask you to call 911.
After decades of protecting Memphis, retired officer Ronald Taylor needed help, and his community answered the call. My Town Roofing and the Memphis Police Association gave Taylor a brand new roof. The gift comes at the perfect time with dangerous winter weather approaching. One worker says this project means something special to him. His father and uncle served alongside Taylor. He described the extensive damage.
We're not talking about like little pinhole leaks or nail pops or rusted nails or anything like that. We're talking about like significant size holes. I mean, I'm talking this big, at least 2 of them that size that have been causing damage. The roof is not a cheap expense. So it's just something that we decided it needed to be done, just something to help out with.
And donors raised the money to cover the new roof.
Well, thanks so much for watching Tennessee in 10, and be sure to download your local station's weather app to receive alerts for your area throughout the weekend.